Are you a tenant who wants to move? Don't waste a second. Make sure you find your next place to live before you cancel your current lease.
So you hear about it a lot. Like you hear the ads on the radio that are like, don't move. The rental market is really bad.
In part one of our series, we introduced you to a tenant we're calling Michelle. We've chosen to conceal her identity because of her situation. She's taking her former landlord to the rental board and seeking damages over a dispute about her former apartment in Hochelaga Maisonneuve. She says her local housing committee helped her navigate a complicated situation.
And call your housing committee and call the support systems that you have in your neighborhoods because they are there to help.
We followed Michelle along as she moved from her temporary home into a new place of her own.
And I finally ended up being the second person to message someone for their apartment out of, he said, 350 messages he got on Facebook for his 3.5 for $1,030.
In such a competitive rental market and with the threat of renovictions, lawyer Manuel Johnson says tenants need to know their rights.
And when you're a tenant, even if you're not the owner of the building, it's still your home.
A message echoed by the Verdun Citizens Action Committee.
If you have a July 1st lease, it means that you should expect to receive your rent increase notice about 3 to 6 months before the end of your lease.
Tenants have 1 month to respond to the notice.
They can refuse and try to negotiate. They can flat out refuse. They can refuse with their neighbors, which is highly encouraged.
O'Donnell also encourages tenants to take time before signing any documents.
When you receive a notice, whether it's a rent increase notice, a notice of eviction, etc., you don't want to sign something on the spot, no matter how much pressure is being put on you. There is never a rush to actually sign something.
When you're signing a lease, pay close attention to Section G on page 3. Your landlord has an obligation to fill out that section so you know the lowest rent that was paid over the last 12 months. Then you can try and negotiate a lower rent. If you can't reach an agreement with your landlord, you can file an application with the rental board and ask the tribunal to set the rent. That application has to be filed within 10 days of signing the lease. If your landlord left Section G empty, you have 2 months from the start of your lease to file an application with the rental board to ask them to set the rent. Maya Johnson, CTV News.